Now, let's see. Demek, planımız bir xil. Hamma tushunyapti? Everybody understand what we're trying to do here? All right. Now, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that add side in the categories. Let me turn off this, and then we can go ahead and start it. Okay. So let's go to the resources, and then views, and what we need is the categories blade right here. And then I can just copy this part. And it looks like this portion is going to be repeated so many times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new folder, not folder, on the blade. So I'll just say add side button. I'll just want to add bedside button and then blade. Wonderful. And then we'll just grab this guy right here, and then we'll just put him inside right here. Okay, so that's done. Now then all I have to do, I can just say include and then add side button. Boom. And then I'll go also in the subcategories, which is a subcat right here, and then I want to just put this guy right here. Does that make sense? And then add side, what we're gonna do is we just put there now. So if I go click on categories, restaurant, and I click on Russian, then we need to find the sites, whatever the sites is right here. And then we're gonna just put it right here. So now when I refresh it, what happened there? Hang on a second, wait a second. What just happened there? Let's try this here. Okay, where is, the button is going right here. So something is happening here because of the float left probably. So we have float left somewhere. So what is this? CSS sites. Let's go in there. Why is not opening? It's not opening. All right. And then we're gonna go back to public. Let's go to CSS, and then that is what sites. So somewhere we have float. Rating stars. Got it. So rating stars. Excuse me. That side rating stars. Let me grab my water here. Hang on a second. Just kidding. Allergies acting up on me. Okay. Now, guys, we gotta find these stars, right? Where are those stars? So they're in the sites. So they are here. And we're looking for the stars. What are the stars? Right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put div class clear fix. Let's try that. Okay, anything change? And let's go back. Perhaps we just leave there. And then we can also put it out there, just in case. See if that's gonna do anything. Okay, that nothing at all. So we're gonna have to fix that front end presentation a little bit, which is apparently causing some problems. Add side panel. Add side panel. Add side panel. So what is it doing? Let's search that in CSS. Nothing here. And perhaps it's here. side panel here. So what about hide? We'll make this auto, and apparently something is holding up here at side, and then it's pushing there. Okay, let me check this other way around. Okay. Add side panel. It's right there. What about if I remove this guy? Yeah, it doesn't matter, I guess. That's BTN. That's what it is. Okay, just leave there for now. It's fine. So all I want to do is when I click on this, make sure that I click on add site, and then we're gonna go ahead and build that form. Okay. All right, just give me a second. Let me just copy this. Okay, sorry. Just trying to copy this guy from my phone. All right, copy text. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, let's see. Now, there are 3 steps here. So first step is going to be picking the categories. And then the second step is going to be picking the subcategories. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to add site here, which I don't need this for now. Just don't need this right now. So step one is select a category. Step 2 is going to be select the subcategory. Step 3, actually step 1 is going to be creating the site. So that would be 2, 3, right? Because you need to have website ID, create a site. And then you have to assign them to categories. Does that make sense? Okay, now let's open up our database and let's connect them. There's going to be whose directory, and we need this site. So open it up, and we know we need name. Let's just get a name right now, and description and whatever. This is the main one right now. So name, thumbnail, description, keywords, URL, and that's it. So main thing is name right now. That's what we're interested in, name. Okay, and if you want to put description, that's fine too. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're going back to form. So let me just go ahead and put a pre. This is going to be our kind of a step-by-step instruction. And then I just need to keep my work area clean. And then right here, what we're gonna do, we can create a form. So before I create a form, I'd like to take advantage of the Bootstrap that I have. And then let's do that. Get Bootstrap. Scroll down. Actually, I don't need the downloads. I need documents, components. And then there's a forms. And also, let's start with the small one right here. Like maybe this one, doesn't matter. Maybe this is fine. Copy. And then I'm gonna open another div. I'll just call this ID. And then we'll just say add side form. Inside, then I can just put all these forms right here. Okay, let's try that. Refresh. What's going on with my background? Do we need that background? style.css. You know what? Let's remove that style.css. It's kind of distracting, right? So let's go ahead, take this and move it right over here. Okay, so that is gone. And now I'm going to go ahead and start building my form. Now, how do I do that? It's easy. So let's start with from entering the site name. Okay, so now we're going to do is site name, and we're going to have to change all that. Instead of that, will be site underscore. Let's do the name like that. Okay, and you can just get rid of that. Instead of value, we just put placeholder, your site name or title. So let's see that. Okay, why is that different color? Let's check it out. What is going on with that? Site name, class. Doesn't have the color, right? So it says plain text. Ah, I see. Let's try that one. Okay, that was a plain text. All right, site name or title. Next one is going to be, let's refer back to, okay, this is, we're gonna create a thumbnail that's for upload, but for now, I'll just do it thumbnail. Thumbnail. And then type is going to be regular text. I'm not sure if you can do the URL. Yes, we can. That's awesome. This one's going to be site thumbnail. Now all we got to just copy this guy, put him right in here. So let's try that. Let's see how it looks. Okay, slowly we're building, right? And thumbnail, and then now if I enter something else, you'll see. This should detect a problem. It's basically say, hey, please enter the URL. Okay, that's right here. It's already telling me that I'm supposed to enter only URL. All right, wonderful. So, and then right here, we'll just say h5 add your site. So this is where people are going to be adding their site, add site. And let's put a HR in between. Nice. Okay. Next thing that I want to add, according to my database, is description. Description requires a text area. So what I can do, I can just copy and paste. Okay, and then right here, I'm going to create a text area. I'm going to give a name called description. And let's copy entire thing right here and then just paste right between so we can get rid of that. Now this one's going to be site description. And then we're going to copy that and put them right in there. Description. Just try to keep it consistent everywhere, even with the naming convention. Okay, it's coming along, right? Slowly but surely, it's coming along. All right, now next item, database field we're going to enter is keywords, right? Keywords is like where you want to put stuff. So keywords also requires same thing, text area. Now I'm going to come back, and all we got to do just say keywords. You can just copy that, keywords, okay? Nice. Now, so let me just go ahead and check that. Very good. What else do I need? What's the most important thing here? I got URL. So let's get the URL as well. So since I already have the URL up here, so all I have to do is just copy this guy right on the bottom. And then I got to change this to what? URL. Site URL. There we go. Now when you come back and refresh, Beautiful. That's all I have. That's it. Site name, blah, blah. And let's go ahead and put the two buttons here. Same way, I can just copy these. Now I'm gonna remove this label because I don't need it. And now I'm gonna come back. I can just add button, type. Let's go reset. And then we just say start over. Good. And then boom. And what's gonna be? Add. And it's going to be submit. Now let's try that. Okay, so we haven't added any styling yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say class btn dark. Let's do class btn. Let's say success. Good. So now we just have to put this in the center, and now we'll just give. We know this is a form right here. Where's my form? My ID, my form. Okay, add site form buttons. We're gonna grab these, and if you guys know that category right here, we're using this CSS, so I'm gonna do the same thing, but I will have my own CSS. In this case, will be add site.css, and then it's gonna be right over here. So we'll just say new style sheet, add site. Okay, and then scroll down. This guy right here, I'm gonna copy, add site.css. We'll just say text align center. So that should put everything in the center, which is these two buttons. I want to see where this ending because I cannot see where it's stopping. So I just want to put red and see what it is. Okay, for some reason, it doesn't look like this is in the center. You see it? It doesn't look like it is in the center. So what I can do is I want to see if this is width. Let's go with 70%. And then what I want to do is I want to put this margin auto so I can put this in the center. Okay, so now I feel like this may be in the center now. Still not. Is it in center? Does it look like center to you guys? Take a look. Does it look like in the center? No? Something is off, right? It's just like I can see right here. This one is like at least 10%, right? Longer.
Yeah, more to the right.
Right? I'm thinking. So something is here off, but hey, it's not blocking right now. We can continue, but I'm just saying my eyes eyeballing and something is wrong. Okay. We'll troubleshoot that later. But right now, you get an idea, okay? Let's say if a client wants that to be perfect, you have to make this perfect. That's bottom line. If client says, nope, I don't care how long it's going to take, I want you to make that perfect because that's what my clients see, then you got to make it. So for now, I don't want to kill too much time on small stuff like that. But you get the point. So guys, continue. Let's go back. So at least we got the form now. I'm very happy. So I can remove those guys for now because you and I, we're all in the same page now because we have this create site and category and then subcategory. Okay, so. And also, if I may want to do this, so I'm going to come back to it site. You know what? Let's go ahead and remove some of the files that we don't need. It's kind of distracting, truly distracting. All right, I don't need that. I need that. Do I need this? Probably not. I need that. Okay, let's go back in here. We just say $. We say H. Was that a 5 or 6? I think it's 5, right? I'm talking about this guy. You know, look at this. Either you can do you can tackle this by parent ID or parent class, or you can just give a class. You can just say site form title. So that way you don't need to worry about traversing anything. You know what I'm saying? It's right here. That's it. So now we can just say text center. Let's give it some type of color. Dark, maybe dark cyan here, and we'll make this more bolder. And we're gonna make this font family. Let's go with the handwritten Lucinda. All right, that's fine. I don't know. It's just whatever for now, okay? And then I'm gonna put some margin top. Let's give it 20 pixel. Good. That's fine. So the main thing is we have this form. If I click on start over and add, all right, I can see I need to make that more. By default, if you don't mention the method, it'll set as a get. Okay, so be careful here. So we're gonna say method. It's gonna be get, but I don't want to get. I want to post. And what I'm gonna be sending, I'm gonna be sending to action. And let's say at site, I will send to itself if I wanted to. That's fine. I can do that. So, but let me just find out first what I'm sending. So if I don't do anything, it'll send it to itself. Okay, let's go back. Refresh. Let's remove the URL query string here. And then click on add. And that's what we wanted to see. Why we're getting this? Because if you go back to the routes, we don't have any item here that that allows us to use the post. So go back to here and say add site. See, it's only allowing us to use the get. We don't have post, and that's for security reason. Nobody's going to be able to do anything unless you provide me with the get method, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to accept both. Say match. And then we're going to come back here with the comma. We'll just say, I want get, and then also I want post. Let's try that. Boom, right? I'm going to come back, refresh. All right, now we are facing a totally different issue now. So we fixed the first problem. And the second problem is Laravel is very secure framework. What it's asking right now is asking session token. It's like a handshake, basically. Now, I'm going back to the my form here, towards the end of the form right here, before you're closing the form tag. Either maybe you can just put it right here. You can just say curly curly. That's for Laravel's the blade kind of form. You just say CSRF, and then you say field. Now you're gonna go back, and somewhere in right above these two buttons here. So if you go back and inspect, and you should see something like, see that? You see nothing right now? So let me just point it out. Just pay, whoa. Take it easy, boy. What is happening here? All right, what I'm trying to say is, what is this? What just happened there? All right, sorry. I was trying to point it right over here. Okay, so pay attention right here. So somewhere here, it'll show up right now, token. Now if I go refresh, now watch. Scroll down, open back up. Do you see that? Now it showed up. That's the token right here I was talking about. This is a session token. It's stored as a cookie, but its actual value is stored on the server, but so that it stores in your cookie so that it can recognize which computer you are logging in from, okay, or you're connecting from. So that is more security. So now when I go ahead, add something, boom, nothing happened. Now I'm interacting with the backend. I'm sending something, but I'm not accepting anything yet. because we haven't done anything in the backend yet. Now, a couple options. So if you really want to keep your code clean, I would suggest just create another method, and then you don't need to worry about writing like, hey, is this post? Is this get? Is this post? Is this get? No, don't worry about it. So I would say, do you see this right here? So what I would have done is just get rid of that, go back to the way it was, right? And then all you have to do, and then just copy that, and then change this to post. And then, yeah, this is post right here. And now anytime you come back for the post, and then you can just say add post site or something like that, right? So that way you can distinguish between get and post. So now what are we going to do? We are going back to the sites controller. This is the controller right here. And then click on site controller right here. And then I will create a new one, public function, add site. Was that a post? Post, add post site. Let me just double check. So I'm going to copy that. And then, boom, it's ready to go. And then all I have to do is, I'm going to use the facade. That's the Laravel's helper that basically does many things. Okay. Now, let's see, public function add. So let me go ahead, get all the parameters. So I'm going to just say params equal to request. Let's go just say all. And I'm going to return that just for test. I want to see if I'm accepting everything. So site name is going to be, I don't know, let's call this, I just want to add my own company, for example, my ITDU. I will just grab some thumbnails, right? Let's call this education. And you go to images. Thumbnails usually kind of a small size, right? It doesn't require huge, so icon is probably fine. Icon, I don't know about the icon, but just medium is fine. And let's just pick one kind of a logo style, right? Something like this. How about this? Just copy this image, and you come back and then just boom. What is this? You know, I hate this one. Like, it start with the data. See, I don't like that. Not a bit. Let's just grab this one right here. Copy image, and then you're gonna come back. This is much better. All right, and then we can just say my ITDU is an online IT educational center or something. That's for now. Keyword's gonna be IT, programming, etc. Blah blah blah. Okay, and the URL is going to be http myitdu.us. All right, now when I go ahead add, now it's sending to backend. So now I have my ITDU's online education center, IT programming, etc. Blah blah. What else is missing? Description. What is the name? Do I have a name? I don't have a name. So what's going on with the name? So it's missing. Name is missing, right? So see, we don't have the name in input. So what we need is we're gonna need a name. So we can just say site. I just said name, right? I got URL. I don't have the URL either. We can just say URL. Oh, no, actually, thumbnail. Thumbnail. Do I have a description? Yes, we do. Description is fine. Keywords is fine. Site URL. We don't have that either. Look at that. Oops. And remember, every form element must have a name, just like, so you are communicating with the backend. So every time when you're sending something to backend, backend expects some type of a naming conventions, like, hey, I'm sending 5 elements from the form. You got name, you got this. So what you're doing is you're basically sending, turning over the packages, just like a when a UPS guy comes over and bringing you like 5 boxes, and every box must have some type of a label or name. I can't just, if you don't have name or a label, then I'm not going to expect that. So every box must have John Tashmatov name on it. So I'm going to say, hey, what's the name equal to John Tashmatov? Okay, is that for me? John Tashmatov? Yes. Okay, give it to me. That's for neighbor. That's not for me. So like you see, is a back end and front end. That's how they communicate. Back end expects some type of element, and they communicate by name. All right, so name is going to be, we'll just call this URL. Unfortunately, everything that we have entered so far messed up, because now we have to start over, and which is fine. Okay, I'll just refresh it. So now, good thing that we don't have to enter all that. And yep, now as you can see, it's asking URL. That's good. I like that. So now I click on add. Voila. Now we have name, thumbnail, description, keywords, URL. We don't need to worry about that. So only thing we have to worry about is this guys right here. So that's good. Now, one thing that we need, we forgot that we have to do, is the user ID. We need to know who entered it, right? We need to know who entered it, because we don't know, then anybody can enter, and we're not going to be able to keep track of who's doing what. So only way we can do is we're going to modify our table, which is altering. It's called, technical speaking, is we're altering. And then I'm going to go ahead, create another ID, which is right somewhere here. Maybe right here, add. We just say user underscore ID. And that has to be unassigned, save. And then we go back to data. And then we need to figure it out, like, so for the time being, I'm going to create a new table. A new table is going to call users, okay? And then I'm going to click on ID. We know that ID has to be unique, primary, and auto-incremented. And you guys know the drill already. Okay, very good. Next item I'm going to create is, you can just call this full name if you want to. And for now, warchar or warchar. Some people say warchar, some people say warchar. I don't know. I just call this warchar. And this one is going to be, for now, email address. That's going to be also unique. You just have to be careful. And then we're going to come back and we just say unique. So that means, what's unique means, if I go ahead and enter 2 same information, like for example, if I say John, and then I'm going to enter John Tashmatov at yahoo.com, which is fine. Now I'm going to create another one, Jessica Smith, with same email address. This should technically reject my entry. Let's see. Yep. So as you can see, it says, hey, you can't enter John Tashmatov because that email has already been registered, which is, it's a good way to protect the data integrity. Okay. Now, so that's why I'm gonna create something like Jessica Smith at gmail.com. Now it will allow me. So what I'm gonna do is just put this 2. Very good, John, and let's enter that full name here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna put for now a username. So username is going to show up right here. Input. I'm gonna say name, user ID, and then we'll just say type number. And then here I'm gonna put the value is 1. 1 is a John Tashmatov, right? Is that correct? Let me just, yeah, 1 is John Tashmatov. for now. Now, when you come back to the form, go back, refresh. Do you see that user ID right here? That's user ID. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, hide that. I'm gonna come back to type. I'm gonna say hidden. So when I come back and refresh it, now it's hidden from the form. You can't modify it. You can't see it. It's actually under the form now. Very good. So let's go ahead and make this all variables, all form inputs like a required, because those are required files, information. So I'm going to come back and say required equal required. Oops, sorry, required. Okay, and all I have to do is just copy every one of them and then just replace them. Okay, and same thing here. Now when I come back, enter. So now we're gonna get this, and then we're gonna enter something, 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 something. Very good. Very good. So now click add. Beauty. Okay. Are we ready now? Yes, we are. Because now we have user ID. We have all the required fields. So now let's jump back on the other side. And guys, we are doing well so far, okay? Now, let's go ahead and do that, and then I'll teach you how to do the data validation, but don't worry about it right now. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna say, first thing is gonna do site equal to site. We can do this new site, okay? And then we're gonna say site. Now we're gonna say name equal $, parms. It's going to be name. And we're gonna need 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. How? How do I know I need 5? Well, I have user ID. I have user ID, I have name, I have thumbnail, so, and I have description, and then I have the keyword. So let's start this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that one is fine. So let's start with this. Okay, that's gonna be name. This is going to be thumbnail. Okay, and then there's going to be description. It's going to be description. And then what else we have here? Description, keywords, right? Keywords. And then we're gonna say URL, right? All right, anything else missing? That's about it. Okay, cool. And then once you do that, you can just say site, and you can just say save. And then you can actually go back and just say, is this saved? You can ask question, saved? It's like a Boolean, right? Is it saved? And we can just say if it's saved. No, we can say if it's not saved. That's all we need to worry about. If not, we'll do something. Let me do redirect. We'll say back with errors. Let's try this one. And just for now. And then if not, we'll just say redirect. Redirect, that means everything is good. Now, here's what we're gonna do. In your web.php, you can actually give a name for every route items, and I'll show you how. Let's say if you are going back to like a sites right here. Where's my sites? I have my sites here. For some reason, I have this ID. I don't know why. So we need to, let's say we're going to go back to categories, right? So now you can just say name. You can just give a name, say cats. I don't know, shortcut, right? Cats. So then hopefully we can use this right here as a cats. Let's try that. Now, or for now, I can actually go back to whatever. Just keep it there for now. Okay, let's go ahead and add. All right, what just happened there? Let's take a look at it. Something has disappeared on us. Now, come back and refresh this guy. And it did work. It did work, okay? So user ID, my ITDU, everything perfect. And then also generated, created, and updated date as well. But except it did not work. So what I'm gonna do is something happened here. Let's see. Okay, so I think this is gonna work. You can just go back here. There we go. Now, so you guys see that now? Let me go back again. So let's say I'm gonna go back and add. Some reason it's not working for me. So I'm gonna write return edit successfully. We'll figure it out why my return is not working. So we just call this it failed. Adding inside, right? Adding inside. Okay, so now I'm gonna come back, refresh. Edit successfully. Okay, so something was just off. It was not returning. Let me go back. Guys, so what I want to do is make sure that the site name, you don't end up creating a duplicate. How do we prevent from entering a duplicate, information like the records? How do we do that? Look at this. Now we have this duplicate. See? So somehow we're gonna have to check a couple, three things here. How do we do this? What way? Should we check the URL? Maybe URL is gonna be unique, right? So why don't we just make the URL unique? So if somebody wants to enter the same information with the same URL, and we'll just say, yeah, knock it off, right? Okay, so that's the case. I'm going to delete these two. And is there like a delete button here? I'm gonna go back to URL, and then let's see if we can make this unique. All right, now obviously now URL is going to be unique now. Nobody's going to be able to enter same information. So now if I click on add, boom, and that's exactly what we're expecting, which is fine. We're going to handle that. But at least we're not allowing a duplicate entry in our database. It's going to keep it clean. Imagine if somebody writes as a for each loop and keeps submitting like 20, 30, it's going to make your database trash. We don't want that. So what I'm going to do is, that's a good way to prevent from unnecessary data into my production database. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here. I'm going to say is a duplicate. You can write something, or is created before, and then we're going to come back and we'll just say, hey, $site. We say site where, and then I'm going to come back, say URL $. I can just get the URL right, this one, and then I'm gonna come back. Sorry, not that one. I'm looking for this guy. I was like, no way, right? Okay, so now we'll just say take one, and I believe that should do it. So site where URL, params URL, take one. Now let me return, let me see what I'm getting here. So I'm gonna say return $ is duplicate. So we'll just refresh it right here. Must be okay. So if you see this, it's basically set content must be of the string or null object given. So what it's asking is make sure don't forget get. So this is good. That means that I found it here. So what this means is, let's say that I'm gonna enter something different. Let's enter this ibm.com. Now watch this, and guess what? It's empty, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say if this is if not empty, right? If not empty, then what we're gonna do? We'll just say return back. Let's just go return back. That's it. That's all I have to do. I'm not gonna even play with this. I'm just gonna say return back. Go back and add undefined assumed duplicate. Oh, sorry. I have to put the $ here. Otherwise, look what it's doing is it's accepting as a constant. You know that constant does not require a $, and that's why it's thinking, hey, did you mean that it's duplicate as a constant, or did you mean as a variable? And I'm like, oh, my bad, PHP. Apologize. I meant $ variable, not a constant. So now when I come back and refresh, oh, guess what? Like, it's sending me back to where it was. So, and we'll work on that, how to generate the error message as well. So now watch this. Let's say my best doctor. Nothing. So I'm not getting the site successful. So now if I enter something new, then you know that I'm getting something new. So let's say IBM right here. Okay, so let me check, see if there's something similar. Okay, do I have an IBM anywhere? Okay, so I don't have an IBM site. So what is it that causing me a problem here? So let me go back. Let's try again. Try again. And then I have this IBM, right? Add. Okay, so if not empty. All right, so let me go ahead. Right, instead of like saying that, we can just say return already created. And then we can just say var. I want to know what I'm getting, right? So is duplicate. As you can see, there's a lot of troubleshooting. Let's try this IBM again. Let me just go back here. Where is my stuff? Okay. Now, give me 1 second here.